When CJ sits down, his voice stands out.
Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Pegasus Media Sports Podcast.
It's a massive understatement to say CJ's a little bit of a sports fan.
Yes, I'm obsessed with sports. That's all I think about.
The Dolphins were phenomenal. Tua played incredible.
But while his voice carries his podcast, his legs aren't as reliable.
He has a condition called AMC, arthrogryposis, and he has bone brittle disease, which, his bones can break at any moment.
CJ's walk is unsteady. To get around crowded places like school, he uses his wheelchair.
You don't want him walking, 5,000 kids around you, accidents happen, so that's why we use a wheelchair.
This year, everything was great at Cypress Bay High School. Carlos would take his son in and out of school across this pathway. And then it began.
One day, just one of the buses blocked one of the two ADA ramps or walkways.
Each day, the same two school bus drivers decided to park over the two pathways CJ could use to get to his father's car.
But now this is the one pathway that's totally blocked, and this is the other one.
They're doing it not because they need to do it, but they want to do it, which is a huge difference.
The bus drivers could pull up. There are no buses in front of them, or not park over the pathways.
I went up to them and I said, could you please back up so I can pass with my son? Her response was, I can't back up. Oh, if you have a problem, call this number. And it was the number to the Department of Transportation.
Carlos contacted the Department of Transportation. He says they sided with the two drivers blocking CJ's exit from school.
Now the school has told us that it's out of their hands. They can't do anything because it's coming from the district.
CJ now has to go a different way, further, not as easy, irritating his father.
Some words I can't say on TV. I mean, you are blocking a child that is going through so much in their life. Why would you do that?
The eloquent CJ has no idea, just a simple request.
Please don't be this mean and don't be this cruel. Just move a little bit.
Well, can bus drivers block a student in a wheelchair? Howard?
Legally, this is complicated. The school has to provide access to any program for all students, and they do that by providing another entrance for students like CJ. That's more difficult for disabled students like CJ. The simple solution is for the bus drivers not to park on the pathway, which is a reasonable accommodation, and that's what they should do.
We contacted the Broward School District while Carlos kept making calls to help CJ. Things then changed. The district spokesperson told me the problem has been solved. The bus drivers were told to stop before they got to the pathway where CJ crossed.
Everything is good now.
We went with Carlos to pick up CJ. As you can see, those drivers who were blocking the pathway did what they were told to do and stayed back. Seems simple, but it means the world to CJ.
I am so happy. I am so relieved. This was an amazing day, thank you.
The father and son are happy. After we all worked together to help solve, this helped me, Howard.
I am so happy I called you guys because that's what got the ball rolling, really.
Nice to meet you both and help you a little. Now, the high school officials wanted to help CJ, and the district did help. Just took a while. As for those bus drivers who parked over the pathway, blocked from solving a problem? You don't need a podcast to have a voice. Bus us in to open a pathway for you. With this help me, Howard and Patrick Frazier, 7 News.